Hello everyone, and welcome back to Revit Snippets. Great tips you can learn in just a few minutes.
This video is sponsored by Tagitize, the easiest way to run Tag All on multiple Revit views and sheets. Also, say goodbye to overlapping tags. Tagitize will turn this into this. Try Tagitize completely for free using the link in this video's description. Have you ever wished you could freely adjust the start point of your tag in Revit? Well, I thought the same, and now we finally have a solution. I have here a Revit floor plan with a few space tags. Some of them have leader lines enabled. This one, for example, looks okay. This is because its leader's start point is directly on the outline of the tag. However, this other tag isn't so lucky. The start point of the leader seems to be pointing at an invisible boundary. This is not great. Ideally, we want the start point of the leader to be on the box saying S1 here instead. The reason is because by default, Revit will place that point on the boundary of the bounding box of the tag. In particular, it will use the midpoints of the edges of that bounding box. Not to worry. Let me show you now exactly the two best options to fix this. First, we need to edit the tag family like this. Next, turn on the Properties palette if you haven't had it open. Now let's select the labels that we don't want to be included in the extent of the text bounding box. Starting with this one, room name. I can select it and then under Properties, tick the box for Exclude from Leader Outline. We can now do the same for the other labels down below. There are two of those. One is for volume, one is for the square footage. Let's just select both and then take the same option from before. By doing this, we're telling Revit to only consider the label that shows as 101 right now when it computes the bounding box of the tag. Let's see now how this improves our tags in the model. I'll just click on this button to load the updated tag family back into the project. And you can see right away now the leader start point makes sense. All we have to do now is adjust the leading so it's perfectly straight. So that's great, and that's option number one, which I recommend. However, sometimes you may want to adjust the leader start point to a more specific location. For example, to one of the corners of the rectangle here instead of the midpoints of each edge. No problem at all. Let's use option 2 for this fix. For this option, all we have to do is select the tag and then zoom in to where the leader's start point is. You will see there a little clip icon. By default, the start point is clipped, which means it will follow and snap to the midpoints of the bounding box edges. What I want to do now is click on the clip icon to unclip the start point. This then allows me to freely track this point to any other location without any constraints. Anyway, I want to really place the point exactly on one of the corners of this rectangle here. Unfortunately, as you can see here, it doesn't really snap to those edges of the rectangle. And that's because there's one more thing we have to do in the family to enable snapping. Let's click on Edit Family again. Back in here, I can now select all the 4 edges of the rectangle. Then, under Properties, let's check the box for Leader Snap Reference. This will make these edges the snap targets of any leader start points we have in the project. Let's test it now. Similar to before, I will start tracking the leader start point, but this time you can notice a big difference. The point now knows to snap to the midpoint or the endpoint of those rectangle edges. Let's try the midpoint this time, and then adjust the leader line to be more perfectly horizontal. For snapping to the corner of the box, I can use this other tag here to demonstrate that. Same as before, we can select the tag, zoom in to see the clip icon, click to unclip it, and then move the leader start point. Finally, fix the leader endpoint for a clean final look. And there we go. That's how we do a fine adjustment to the leader start point very easily. Before you go, check out our sponsor, Tagitize. With Tagitize, it's never been easier to tag multiple Revit categories at once using your favorite tagging styles. Say goodbye to spending countless hours untangling Revit tags. After running Tagitize on this view, for example, all my tags are perfectly readable. None of them overlaps with their hosts or other elements in the view. If I think this tag, for example, can be placed better, I can just select it and click Next to tell Tagitize to try the next possible tag position. Each time I click the button, Tagitize moves the tag for me, and I can keep doing this until it gets to a tag position I like. There we go. That's much better. Try Tagitize completely for free today using the link in this video's description.
If you like this lesson and want more like this every single week, make sure to subscribe to this channel now. For now, have a good day and I'll see you in the next tutorial.